Okay, so here we have the gap, here we have the research question, but the research questions do not fit with the gap, or the gap does not reflect in the research question. Why is that? Okay, so let's say in your literature review you found that, okay, there is a gap in terms of the methodology used. Previous studies used A, B, and C, but I want to use methodology D. Great. Okay, we've identified a gap. Now, the research question has to fit with that gap. Okay? It has to fit with that gap. And what do we find? The literature review has identified gap A, and the research question is unrelated. What you are trying to study will not address the research gap that you've identified. So there is a mismatch, okay? So let us say I want to know what is the impact of bananas on height of 16-year-olds. That's the gap. No one has looked at that. And my research question is to test what is the impact of apples on pregnancy of 25-year-olds. You see, the gap was identified as one thing, but the research question doesn't meet that. Now, the software that we have will link automatically the literature gap with the research question. If you have identified the literature review and the gap correctly as per the training, then the research question will fall automatically out of that gap. Okay? So the research question will come automatically. It won't allow you to ask an alternative research question that you have not identified a gap for. This is unique. Why do we use it at Cambridge? Because Cambridge University in the recent ranking was number 2 in the world, which means, and what are universities ranked on? Universities are ranked first and foremost on their capacity to generate original research. Okay? That's what makes a university number 1, number 2, number 3. We don't feature, incidentally, some students have emailed me to say, why is Cambridge University not ranked in the UK? The reason we are not ranked in the UK is because we are not interested in national competition. We are only interested in international competition. There's nothing to, I mean, it's very clear that we are number 1 in the UK. There's no need for us to compete in that. But internationally, the business school, the photo which you see behind me, this is the Judge Business School at the University of Cambridge. My office is up here on the 2nd floor. Now, we are number 2 in the world because of the capacity to generate original research, which means identifying the gap and then addressing that gap, not going on into some other sphere. Now, the software will automatically do that for us. Your research, and incidentally, it will become effortless for you. So your research, if your gap says that this methodology has not been used before, or the Malaysian stock market data has not been used before, or New York Stock Exchange data has not been used, then the research question should then address that gap and nothing else. If you, the software will not allow you to address. If you want to address a different question, then go back and conduct a review of the literature related to that question. Demonstrate the gap is there, and then go for it. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is the research. There are varying degrees of research question originality. You see, the research question has several component parts. When we construct a research question, it is made up of several parts. You'll see that with our software. Now, the quality of the research question as a question depends on the originality of each of the component parts. So to understand that, let me summarize it for you, that the software will help you generate a research question that is linked to your literature review, okay? And secondly, it will show you the extent of originality of that question. Is it very original? Is it quite original? Is it a moderately original? Or is it weak? Okay. Because if you are constructing a research question using information for which the literature review did not show a gap, that reduces the quality of the research question. Naturally, if you are researching something like an analysis looking at the KL stock exchange, and in your research question, in your literature review, there was no gap, yet in your research question, the Malaysian stock, the KL stock exchange features, then clearly the originality of the question reduces. So it all makes logical sense, okay? If there's a gap in the literature and that gap, that variable is used in the research question, that improves the quality of the research question. Now, we systemize everything I've said to you in the software, okay? So I'm only demonstrating the logic of the software. You don't have to worry about doing it, because if you've done the processes correctly, it will do it automatically. You will demonstrate the gap, you will construct a research question, and then the software will tell you, this research question, Daniel, is original because your literature review showed ABC. Or hang on a second, this is a moderate research question because blah, 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 blah. So you don't have to worry about technically doing what I'm saying to you. The software will take care of it. But so long as you follow the steps as in accordance with the training. So we take the hard work out of the research and allow you to focus on the quality of the work. You see, they say that research is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration, okay? We reverse that. Your research will be 1% perspiration and 99% inspiration, okay? That this is a very important, we are switching that relationship to say, don't worry about the hard work, okay? You just think about the ideas that you want to research. So the perspiration should be minimized, the inspiration should be maximized. Right, now, one final thing I want to mention before I know Nikki's professor is itching to progress, but one final thing I want to mention to you is that as part of our duty to our students as genuine, authentic researchers, remember, there's no need for any of you to be here. All right. You can still submit your research dissertations. You can spend half of your life doing the work, and then you can submit. There's nothing. But why are we here? We are here because you are interested to do genuine research. Okay.
Quality research.
Absolutely. Genuine quality research. That's why we're here. Otherwise, we all know you can go on Facebook, you can go on WhatsApp, you can pay your money, you get some guy to write your work, and then you pray that you don't get caught. Remember, the university can withdraw its degree at any time. All right. Mahatma Gandhi's degree was withdrawn after 15 years of him graduating. They took his degree back. Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh.
That because of his fight for independence against the British rule, he graduated from the British University, so they withdrew his degree.
Okay.
Okay, they withdrew his degree. However, later on, they reinstated the degree because he became so famous, and he refused his degree from them. First they said, we're not going to give it to you. And then he said, I don't want it from you, right? He said, I don't want your British degree. And they were desperate for him to take it because they wanted to say, Mahatma Gandhi graduated from our university. Right?
Yeah, because it was original. Because it was original research.
That's right. But then he decided, sorry, I don't want your degree. I don't recognize your degree. Right. So what I'm saying is that we can do, the reason why we're here is because we want to do genuine quality research. We want to learn. We don't want to go on Facebook or WhatsApp and pay our money and take our chance. We're not interested. That's not the market we're in. And that's why I make the statement that I'm about to make now, which is that we are offering genuine researchers an opportunity to jointly publish with Cambridge University lecturers. Okay? Now this is, I will tell you, a opportunity which I wish I had had when I was an undergraduate or a postgraduate student. But what I'm saying to you is that if you are sincerely following the processes, generating research work, then let me tell you, I would be, and as part of our commitment to you, we would be prepared to work with you for a joint publication in your subject areas. Okay, that is the extent of our commitment to you as Cambridge. I say that as a professor at Cambridge University. It will help your careers. It will progress your standing. It will help your learning, which we hope then will filter around beyond to others who are interested to genuinely research. So as you can see, we are serious about what we are doing. For us, this is no joke, all right? But we do require participation, commitment, a commitment to use the software, to follow the processes, and to be serious. Opportunities to publish jointly with Cambridge professors does not happen every day. That's all I would say. Now, I will leave that thought with you. I will hand over to Anand and to Professor Nick. I thank you for your time, and I would urge you to seriously observe what you are about to see today, because the research question, the literature review and the research question work in tandem and will singularly impact your research more than any other part of this software. Anand and Dr. Nick, are you okay with that?
Yep, we all good. Ready.
Great. Okay, we'll hand over, if I may. Anand, if that's okay, can you hand over?
Yeah, so again, thank you so much, Dr. Sudais, for giving us unusual opportunity being as CRT members. Obviously, for the CRT members, those who have joined, and also those who are new, obviously it's a great opportunity to join with us and work with us, work closely with Dr. Sudais and also with the Cambridge University and get your paper published. And like the Professor Sudais has mentioned, being a postgraduate student, so you are getting such an opportunity. And obviously, even so far, I haven't got an opportunity. So obviously, and this is something new I've come across today. So obviously, I will be the first one to jumping with Professor Sudais. So obviously, that is very quite unusual opportunity. And trust me, it's like paper publication as a researcher matters a lot. If you manage to get 1 or 2 paper publication in good quality ranked journals, your career is set. Your career as an academic is set. If as an academic, yes, paper publication ranking matters a lot. And I'm from accounting and finance background, so of those who are from accounting and finance background, ABDC ranking journals, ABS ranking journals, if you manage to get A-star ranked journals, that's like British Accounting Review. It's very tough to get the paper publication to British Accounting Review, but yes, if you have that publication, that's it. So on that note, I would like to hand over to Dr. Nick, and Dr. Nick will show us, take the rest of the session for today.
For more information, see our other videos on research and thesis writing following your interests. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.